families. I ask the following two initial questions of every nominee before any of the committees on which I sit. So I'll start with these two initial questions. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature? Ms. Abudu and Judge Charles?
No, Senator.
No, I have not.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement related to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
For Judge Childs, you were the chair and co-chair of the Judicial Independence Committee for the Federal Judges Association. And you gave a speech in 2019 where you spoke about trends in litigation over the last decade and noted constant attacks on the judiciary. You stated these efforts are, quoting you, are nothing less than attempts to weaken the authority and legitimacy of our courts by painting them as either the enemy in our democracy or suggesting that justice is for sale, end quote. What do you think needs to be done to combat the perception that courts are for sale, and are there actions that you take to preserve the authority and legitimacy of our courts?
Senator, in offering those particular sentiments, I'm always aware that we, our judges, are the face of our judiciary. It is up to us to approach each case very humbly, to make sure that we understand the nature of the dispute, to have a clear understanding of the parties' litigation, to research thoroughly and diligently all matters that are before us, and to issue well-articulated and thorough decisions. So I think I say that to say how we approach our job in that regard. We are also on attack with respect to judicial security, so we have to act independently. I don't operate with any fear or favor or with respect to any political agendas or personal views as I approach my case. So as we as judges are the face of the judiciary, when we do so, I think that helps us to be better decision makers.
Well, there's no question that there are a lot of concerns about our judiciary being captive to judges with an ideological access to grind. And I agree with you that the opinions that our judges issue should be seen as based on fair and objective decision making. So I hope that that is what is going to be reflected in our judiciary. But I do not think that there are everyone on the judiciary who agrees with that kind of perspective. You have a lot of years of experience, but one of the things that I note is it is very difficult for women and members of the minority community from being made partner. And you were with a very large law firm, and after being there for 8 years at Nexen Pruitt, you became the first Black woman to become a partner in that very large firm in the state of South Carolina. How was that experience important to you?
I really thank the firm because they gave me a wonderful opportunity to try cases, to handle very complex matters, and supported me with a lot of bar activities and professional opportunities. That gave me the opportunity to have my face seen and not just be a member of the firm, but they actually nurtured me so that I could go on and do bigger and better things.
Well, you were the first Black woman to become partner. Are there other minority people who are now partners of that large firm?
I am very proud to say that I mentored at least 3 other women over a period of 5 years to become the first Black female partners in other major law firms.
We have a ways to go, I think. Yes, thank you for your efforts. For Ms. Abudu, what is it about the civil rights laws that drew you to become a lawyer in focusing on civil rights issues?
Thank you, Senator. First, I would say my love of this country and the opportunities, as I mentioned in my opening statement, that I've been afforded because of the opportunities that exist in this country. And I also understand that the history of the civil rights movement has always been about making our country even better. And so to have an opportunity after I graduated law school to work for organizations that were dedicated to that mission has been a tremendous honor. to transition, I hope, to the role of a judge if I'm so fortunate to be confirmed, and to play that role in terms of really upholding the rule of law, to making sure that the principle of equal justice under law actually means something and impacts people's lives in a meaningful way, is another tremendous honor that I'm so grateful to have.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Senator Kennedy?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Judge, Ms. Abudu, congratulations. I want to just talk to you, at least initially, a little bit about the law. Ms. Abudu, what's the adequate and independent state grounds doctrine?
Thank you, Senator Kennedy.
You're welcome.
In my practice, I actually haven't had an opportunity to use that principle or doctrine,